Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Clash of Clans with Logeeny Games. Well, today, guys, I want to start a little mini-series where I want to talk about some of the most common, most frequently requested new features and new ideas for Supercell to add to Clash of Clans. There's so many really good ideas that are so commonly requested that they've actually been cataloged on the Supercell forum under the Clash of Clans, new ideas thread. I'm going to do a couple videos of just going through some of those and share both my thoughts about that idea, if I think it's a good idea for the game or not, and also share the likelihood that I think Supercell may add or incorporate those features into Clash of Clans in the near or distant future. But first, to kick us off, we've got to talk about the feature requests that Supercell has already ruled out. There are so many requests, some of them great, some of them just silly, that people are requesting for Supercell to add to Clash of Clans that have already, they've been told, the developers are saying we're not planning on adding those into the game anytime soon. So we're going to start with that list before we get on to the really fun stuff. While we're doing that, I'm going to do some nexting so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm finding around Gold 3 and Silver 1 and that kind of area. So, alright guys, feature requests that Supercell has ruled out. I have these broken down into a couple categories. Hopefully it won't take very long. But starting out with just the generic type features. Alright, first one, they've ruled out playing Clash of Clans on a computer or through a web browser. That is just not going to happen. Clash of Clans and all Supercell games really are mobile games, not going to a computer or web browser at all. They've also ruled out donating or trading resources or gems with other players. That would be pretty much game breaking, so that's pretty obvious to me. They've also ruled out constructing an exchange building that would swap gold for elixir or elixir for dark elixir. There's going to be no kind of currency or resource exchanges like that, or even gold and elixir for gems. That's not going to be a thing they're going to add. They're also not going to add gem mines or drills, which seems pretty obvious to me. They need gems to help them make money. But anyway, moving on, they've also ruled out a player search function. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a privacy issue. They don't want people snooping around certain bases, or I don't know why you couldn't search for a specific player the same way you can a clan. That would sure make recruiting a lot easier, but maybe it is just a privacy thing. Not totally sure. They've also ruled out adding a player online indicator or even a last online indicator. That makes me pretty sad. I would love to see who in my clan is currently online, or if somebody has been missing for a while, to see when the last time was they were online. Sadly, that has been ruled out. They've also ruled out the ability to assign multiple builders to one build. Really, Supercell has carefully planned out the pace of the game, so they don't want to do anything to mess up that pace. They've also ruled out upgradable builder huts to make them go faster. They've also ruled out queuing your upgrades or builders to build, multiple things in a single queue. So let's move on to clan-related feature requests. Again, these are the ones that have been ruled out. And this is actually, there's a huge long list. These are only the highlights. I'm only bringing you guys the highlights. There's a huge list, probably 5 times as long as what I'm sharing with you now. But these are the ones I thought were real interesting, so we'll keep going. They've ruled out giving the leaders or co-leaders of a clan the ability to alter or delete messages in chat. Sometimes I see a message in chat that is just outright offensive. I want to delete it from the clan chat, but I can't. And apparently that's not going to be a feature that's coming anytime soon. They've also ruled out displaying, if somebody joins an invite-only clan or even a closed clan, they're not going to show who invited that person into the clan. So I kind of wish that would be a thing. That way I don't have to go hunt that person down if they invited somebody that shouldn't be in the clan. But that's not going to be a feature. They've also ruled out increased clan size. So some people, I think right now the max clan size is 50 players. So the most commonly requested clan sizes are 75 or 100 player clans. Those would be huge. Those clan wars would be huge. So that's not going to be a feature that's coming anytime soon. Okay, defense related requests. They've ruled out a request for 2-story walls that hog riders could not jump over, or that jump spells could not penetrate. That seems pretty funny to me. Even if it was just a limited number of walls, say you could have enough walls to surround your core that were like 2-story walls that hog riders couldn't jump over and jump spells couldn't jump over, that would just be way too OP. I see why that's ruled out. They've also ruled out putting your clan castle to sleep. And this is such a common request because, like, you can put your heroes to sleep, so that if you're being attacked, your heroes will not defend. That way they'll be ready when you come back online. And if you're going to request a very specific war troop, but you don't have a shield, and then you get attacked, well, you have to go on re-requesting that troop. It can be a very costly loss. So I would love to be able to put my clan castle to sleep so that those troops would not activate upon defense. But sadly, that is not going to be an option. They've also ruled out the ability to turn on and off, or say to activate, all defensive buildings so that you could see the full radius of your defensive structures. That would be so cool, to activate all your defensive structures to see the total coverage of your defensive structures. Oh, that would be neat. Sadly, don't know why, but that has been ruled out. All right, moving on to troop-related feature requests. They've ruled out saved or pre-queued barrack compositions. I cook the same farming army every time, and I hate having to re-queue it over and over and over and over and just, select all the troops almost one by one. And they've ruled out basically saving a farming army that you could just re-queue in the barracks with one, tap of a button. That'd be awesome, but sadly ruled out. They've also ruled out allowing healers to heal air troops. Not totally sure why, even if it was like in a dedicated way to specify for your healer to focus on air troops or on ground troops. Like you could say with the Grand Warden and his ability to float or to fly. I know that doesn't change what troops he impacts, but it does change like his status, sorta. I'm really not sure what all that impacts. But anyway, moving right along to battle-related requests. They've ruled out the ability to filter matchmaking by resources or trophies available. Now that would just break the game. If you were going to go into matchmaking and instead of spending minutes upon minutes, even sometimes hours upon hours, nexting, depending on what league you're in, looking for that perfect base to go on ahead and attack, you could filter it by, say, bases that only have 200 gold resource available, or bases that would only offer me 30 trophies or more. That would be silly and game breaking, so I can see why that's not going to be added. Also, they've ruled out a bonus or reward if an attacker skips your village, like I'm doing right now, nexting over these villages. These guys are not going to get any kind of a reward. There's some collectors, but they're so low. Not going to go for that. So if I next over them, they're not going to get any kind of reward. And I kind of feel like leaving that out is fair because some bases are just awful and they shouldn't be rewarded for me nexting over them. Sometimes I'm not attacking them because they're just awful. Like this. This guy does not deserve anything he would get from me nexting over him. Next. All right, moving right along. Where were we? They've also ruled out auto resetting traps if you win a defense. Say you don't get a shield. They've ruled out auto resetting or repurchasing traps, auto collecting your loot card, or auto requesting your clan castle. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. It's obvious they've added the village guard for that. They're not going to add anything like that in the near future, or probably at all. Also, they've ruled out a back button. Say you're nexting, and you're nexting, and you're nexting, and you find that perfect base, but out of habit, you accidentally click next again. And you've passed up on what could have been a huge resource offer. You click next. Oh no, I really want to go back and take that base. I would love there to be a back button, even if it cost more, say to go back instead of to next. Say you could only use it once, but they're not going to add that feature. That would be so cool because I have had that happen to me so many times. I feel your pain, man, those feels. Okay, graphic changes. They're not going to add commas to number amounts over 1,000. I don't know why. Can't tell you how many times I've gotten confused between if I'm talking about upgrading something for 75,000 gold or for 750,000 gold. It's like, come on, guys. We would love to see some commas in those big numbers. Or when we're talking about 3,500,000, there should be commas. It just would be so easy. Or even spaces. They've even ruled out spaces. Don't know why. Okay, moving right along. They've also ruled out the ability to hide traps and bombs or Teslas in like an edit mode so that you could have an attacker view of your base. I would love that. I would love to be able to show you guys my base on YouTube without revealing where all my traps are, to show it to you just like this. So you don't see my Teslas, you don't see my traps, and that doesn't give away somebody who would come across my base on YouTube and then find it in matchmaking or even in clan war. They're not going to know where my traps and my Teslas are. That'd be great. I don't know why that's been ruled out, but it has. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but it has. Okay, just the last few miscellaneous feature requests that have been ruled out. Resetting or restarting a village. Like right now, Logeeny is a Town Hall 9. And if I want to go reset all the way back to Town Hall 1, I have no option to do that. Look at these resources, guys. We are going to have to pause because we can take that. We can take this stuff. Where's the town hall? Oh, man, it's way over there. I don't know. We're not done yet. Let's keep going. So you can't reset your village. That's why we have abandoned bases. And so if you added the ability to reset or restart villages, there would be a lot less abandoned bases. And I'm not going to get into an argument about if those are in matchmaking or not. Let's just move right along. They've also ruled out the ability to keep replays through maintenance. And I think that's just like a code, or that's just a technical issue. I just don't think they have the capability, even if they wanted to. Replays are not going to survive maintenance. I don't know why. Somebody knows why. Tell me in the comments, please. So that does it for this video of feature requests that Supercell has ruled out. There is kind of a general theme that you can just expect. Supercell is going to reject any feature request that is going to, allow people to get online less. That's going to encourage people to play less, like auto CC requests, or auto trap resetting, or auto loot card collecting if you don't, get a shield from a defense. They're not going to promote anything that's going to promote like lazy gameplay. They're going to always put in features that cause you to get online more. That's what the loot cart does. That's why it doesn't, collect more loot after subsequent defensive losses. It's because they want you to get online more. So that's one point. Another point is also that they're not going to mess with resources like transferring resources or donating resources or gem building or mining or transferring, and they're not going to mess with the builder pacing. They're not going to mess with upgrading your builders or assigning multiple builders to one thing, because the pace of the game is the pace of the game on purpose. That's what they want the game to be like. So they're not going to do any feature requests that are going to incorporate changes like that. So just expect that in the future. All right, guys, look at that loot. Oh, right at the end of the video. Oh, okay, guys. What were you saying about dead bases? Right. I don't know what to go for. I really want gold. So I'm going to focus on down here, but I know I'm going to have to spend more of my troops. Okay, guys. Let's see what we can do. Oh, is that an expo? It's empty, though. All right, here we go. Empty expo. Not going to be doing anything. Oh, Teslas. No. Not the Teslas. Gosh, that drives me nuts. Let's drop the king. And I'm going to try to get their king out of the way and get the archers on point. Get some of these guys in there. I just want to get to the gold. That's really what I'm interested in. That king is not out of the way, you guys. Are we going to get this stuff? Surely, once that guy goes down. Gosh, this is ridiculous. This is awful. Okay, here we go. Before I do, I just want to take a moment and look around. Before I drop any more troops, we've got to get to this gold. We need the gold. I know there's tons of elixir, but you guys, I have elixir. And I have tons more even in my treasury. So, I kind of wish the treasury would hold more loot. Look at all that gold we're getting. Let's go ahead and heal these guys and see if they can break in. They're going around. My bad. How far do you think we can get into this base? Can we get to that elixir, do you think? If I drop something over here to kind of help these guys push through? I don't know if these guys are actually going to get through. I'll give them something, because that is a lot of elixir over there. I'd love for my queen to get there. Come on. Yes, there goes the king. Good. We're getting there. Are these guys going to make it at all? Honestly, they're just going to sit on a wall. Okay, that's the end of them. Good. Where's my queen? Oh, man, she's having a hard time. I don't know if we're going to get to the rest, but we have gotten a lot. So that's very satisfying. I'm not going to spend any more in terms of dropping that heal spell. How far can we get? Is it worth it? I don't think so. There's just that archer tower, really, that's threatening me. There goes the king. All right, he's going to come this way. Sometimes it's worth it. Just kind of wait and see. Typically, I don't want to spend the health of my heroes. But in this case, it looks like I'm going to get this elixir. So let's go for it. This is nice, guys. The dead base is here. Honestly, gold and silver to me, like I said in my previous video, has been pretty dry. But every once in a while, here it is. It took however long we were searching to find it. There it is, guys. 0, 0, 0. Let's go. Yes. Oh, what a satisfying win. That is what farming is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I can't wait till the next video when we're going to talk about the good stuff, the feature requests that are on the table, the most frequently, the most commonly requested features. We're going to be going through them in a couple of videos right after this. So be looking forward to that, and I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. What am I saying?